Hello, welcome to AB Lifetime, channel on transpersonal psychology. I'm Anna Bobikova, and today I am with Scott Giacomucci. And our topic today, considering the future of psychodrama. Hello, Scott.
Hi, Anna. Thanks for having me on.
I feel like there is some energy coming up, and I feel like I'm going to be very powerful. And psychodrama is pregnant also, deeply pregnant.
So you're that writing is amazingly exciting. Moreno died in 1974 before he could finish his autobiography.
You told about Moreno. He represented these two roles of scientist. It reminds me of you now. I see you as a historian, as a person who is very traditional and following that. And then suddenly, and now you are in 2020. And here is completely another role, and you are so open for that other role.
Yeah, that's funny. I feel like some of it I inherited from my parents. Both of my parents are rocket scientists, literally.
Oh, okay, I see that.
And my dad, when he was in high school, he said he read every biography and autobiography in the library. So he was a real history lover.
Okay, that's...
And then my mom has always been involved in social services, helping people, nonprofits, and the church. So I kind of was like, I kind of inherited this appreciation for science with a love of history and the initiative to help people from them. From the work on the autobiography, I created a workshop on Moreno's archetypes, and I frame kind of extracted these 4 archetypes from Moreno's work, one of which being the mystic, one of which being the social scientist, one of which being the lover, and the 4th being the creator. And kind of looking at, these 4 archetypes tell the story of Moreno's history, first being a mystic, then having this deep love for humanity and wanting to help people through medicine, through interaction, encounters, then coming to social science and sociometry. And Moreno was active in academia for some time. He taught a lot of classes in different universities. And then this piece about genius and really creating things, giving his ideas back to the world. So I even, these 4 archetypes, they fit on the medicine wheel, if you're familiar with the medicine wheel and the 4 directions.
Yes.
With the mystic and the scientist on opposite ends in different directions, and the lover and the genius or creator on opposite ends as well.
We decided to do, as usually in all interviews, the demo. Scott, could you please say more about this demo, what we're going to do?
Yeah, so our topic today is the future of psychodrama. So rather than just talk about the future of psychodrama, we're going to do a little demo of psychodrama today, creating a vision of psychodrama in the future, and having a discussion with itself.
Oh, sounds great. Sounds great. And I started to guess who is going to be a psychodrama.
Yeah, do we have any other auxiliaries out there?
All right. So just for people who didn't get that, I'm going to be psychodrama.
So just like a common psychodrama vignette with an individual client would be to have them have a discussion with themselves in the future.
Yes.
We're going to do it with psychodrama as a whole, with the entire field of psychodrama. So you're going to take on the role of psychodrama today.
Wonderful. Should I? So I am here at this chair. I am psychodrama today.
Okay. Yeah. So here, right now, you're or do you want to be in the other chair for that?
I think I would like to be in this chair, psychodrama today, and here is psychodrama in the future. I just want to show that psychodrama is pregnant also, deeply pregnant. I think this is very good, interesting something.
Yeah, there's some parallel processes going on.
Yes, exactly. Something is going to be born.
So psychodrama today, you're pregnant with a new possibility for the future.
Exactly. Yes.
And actually, I believe Moreno used to say that the act of creating is the closest we get to being God. And the very closest anyone ever gets to being God is when a woman gives birth to a child, creating new life. Yeah, so there's a really powerful spiritual and even Morenian way of thinking about giving birth. Yeah.
I'm just thinking also about, as a psychodrama today, and as a pregnant psychodrama today, I feel it's very interesting that when Anna and Scott were thinking about what they are going to do interview on, it's very interesting that they decided to do about this future of psychodrama, and that I can be pregnant psychodrama in their project.
Yeah, psychodrama, we're very interested in what's going to come of you. We're
Yes.
Anna and I and all the viewers, we're really curious about what you're going to look like in the future. I'm wondering if you have a vision of what do you want to be in the future, psychodrama? What do you want your relationship to be to society, to the mental health fields? When you think of
I even have right now, when you are asking me this, I have goosebumps, because I feel like there is some energy coming up, and I feel like I'm going to be very powerful, and specifically in 1 year I'm going to be 100 years old, and I can't say that I will be powerful in 1 year, but I feel like there is something going on in society that I am going to be very, very powerful and very strong. And I think the childbirth, or some sort of creation which I have, it's going to give me much more energy and ability to be much more helpful to society and to people, and specifically in the US, because I am very powerful in that part of the world, which is on the east, but I want to be much more powerful here.
So you're so you want to be strong and powerful, and
Yes, I do. I feel like I was kind of like in maybe sleeping, or I don't know, something was happening with me, but now it's time for me to wake up, create a baby, and just it's my time.
Okay. And before we talk to you in the future, psychodrama, wondering if you could just tell us a little bit about where you're at right now. You said you've been sleeping for a bit. What do you look like within American society right now? Do people know about you? Are you strong? Are you powerful? Are you well?
I like my I have some very devoted people, but it's very small group of people. I need more people, and I feel like I don't know. It's like I feel like a little like I need new blood, you know, like fresh. I need young people, young energy, young something, babies. Because I do have like my army, like it feels like army of people, but they are very small and very isolated from other people, and I feel like I am isolated with these people right now, and I do need to just, I don't know, for some reasons it feels for me that I need like much more even like warrior energy, you know, like I need to like fight for me having the space.
Right. So you need more support, more of a community or an army per se of warriors that can go out into the world.
Yes, specifically young people.
Because you're getting old. You're 99 right now.
Yes.
99 was the age Zerka was when she passed on.
Exactly. Yeah, she was one of my. Yes.
So maybe you've been in mourning. You said you were sleeping. Maybe you've been in mourning the past few years.
Oh, that's interesting, because I feel now when you are asking that you are exactly right. It just feels like that I was in mourning a little bit earlier than past 2 years. It feels like more. Maybe when Zerka got older, and maybe she didn't stop having her energy which she used to be, I started to mourn already.
Right. That makes sense. Okay. So we're going to help you wake up and help you, give you some more spontaneity and energy so that we can envision a future. So when you look into that chair and you see yourself in the future, right? When we see you as the child of JL and Zerka Moreno, growing up and individuating and becoming your own, how far in the future do we need to look? Are we going to look 10 years, 20 years, 30 years?
Now it's 2020. So I will be 100 years old in 2021. Let's look at 2031, 2031.
2031. So that's almost 100 years from when Moreno wrote Who Shall Survive. I think that's fitting.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. So go ahead and role reverse with yourself in the future there, Psychodrama. I want you to become Psychodrama in 2031, you said?
Yes, 2031. So I'm here a little bit more than 10 years after here.
And a lot can happen in 10 years. Are you still pregnant with what you were about to give birth to? Psychodrama.
I feel like it's another pregnancy. Like I already gave birth to one child, and then one creation, and now I'm pregnant with another. And I think I had another pregnancy in between, somewhere in 2025. Yes. Occasionally I'm pregnant with new ideas, with new Collaborations, maybe, like ideas, creations, collaborations, yes.
Okay. Who have you been collaborating with? What do your relationships look like today with the other large mental health fields?
Well, I am collaborating with all kinds of therapies, and since all this crazy, earlier, 20 years ago, we were talking about that online therapy is crazy. Now we're not talking in 2031, it's not crazy, it's just regular life, and we do many things online. And since everything started about a little more than 10 years ago, I'm collaborating with many methods, and not only therapy methods. I would say I am collaborating with many personal development methods, include physical exercising, include educational stuff, include medical ways how to improve humanity. So I am collaborating, and I can tell I am the initiator. I do initiate a lot, and with some fields it works very well.
Right. So rather than waiting for the other fields to find you and discover you, you've went and initiated connections with them?
Yes, I started to initiate. It was, I don't know, for some reasons it was difficult before, but now I am initiating. And I'm taking, if other fields respond, well, we try and it works, it's great. And some of them just they didn't work, and we just forgot about that.
Right. So you had telly with some of the fields.
Oh, yes, yes.
Didn't have so much telly with the other fields.
No. Yes, exactly.
And what about, what's your standing in the mental health field in terms of research and evidence-based, and in terms of universities? Have you found your way into the universities yet?
Yes. So in the US, I have a lot of development. I remember there 10 years ago I was complaining, and right now it's I am thriving in the US. There are programs and masters and PhD programs in the universities already started, yes, and there are already graduates from the schools exist. Programs are mostly online. I have there was problems with certification. It was difficult for people to get certified and everything. So right now there is connections in between universities with mental health facilities where they organize internships. So this all improved a lot and developed. Yeah.
So you've really done a lot of work in the past 10 years and got yourself connected at larger and more so in society.
Yes, there are many young, energetic people who started to work on that and develop the field, and that's what helped. It's not just by a miracle. Like, there were hard-working people, and I was complaining there that I need army, so I got this army of young people who are doing that for me.
Can you tell yourself in the past how you got that army? Give yourself some advice here. Back in 2020, how did you accomplish all this in 10 years? I mean, you got connected with medicine, you got connected with physical therapy, with the fields outside of psychotherapy, you got in the universities, master's programs in psychodrama. Tell yourself in the past how you did that.
First of all, you started there 10 years ago. You started to initiate things. You started to reach for people. You started to reach for universities. You, with that little amount of people who wanted to do that, you started to reach for universities. You started to reach for collaborations. um, you started to, I don't know, fight for your revolutionary steps, even though there were many people who was thinking, oh no, it will end in half year and we will just return back to old life. No, it's not going to return to old life. And you knew there, and you started to collaborate with those people who know that new modalities need to be developed. And you just you did little step by little step with people who were interested and who wanted this method to move forward. And there was some sort of like trust between you and these people. You just created a very good team. And at the beginning, it was a small team.
Right. Okay. And psychodrama in the future. There's a lot of people watching right now. I'm wondering if you have a message to all the psychodramatists, the students back in 2020 and the psychodrama trainers back in 2020. Anything you'd want to say to them directly? Any message from the future?
To the students, to potential students and people who are thinking of considering psychodrama as their future, my message is just join the field. It is really, really powerful method, and it's so powerful, creative, and you are going to have so much energy, and it's something it's lifestyle. It's not the method which you will learn. It's just lifestyle which keep you at 100 years old, being able to get pregnant and create stuff. It will keep you young, old, and creative, all, no matter what age you are. And for trainers, please, the main message is just follow the Morenian ideas. Just be flexible and consider everything what life gives to you. You are there in 2020 at very interesting, it's just unbelievable possibilities are coming up right now. Consider them, include them, step by step, include them, and the psychodrama is going to give you everything to let you thrive. Everything is possibilities, it's not obstacles.
Right. So trust the process, trust in the model, trust in you.
Yes, trust the process.
Okay. And any last words for yourself in the past here? Any final words of advice to psychodrama back in 2020?
You are going to be very strong.
Okay. Go ahead and reverse roles back. And psychodrama today. Just want you to take a minute and take in all those messages from yourself in the future. And see if there's anything you'd like to say to yourself in the future.
Thank you for the inspiration.
Right. I noticed you instinctively pulled psychodrama in the future closer to you.
Yes, I did. Yes. I like kind of holding her hand.
You're holding the hand of your future self.
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. Is this an okay place to stop?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so go ahead and do your roll. You could shake off the roll.
Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to play the role of psychodrama. I don't know where else and when. I am so grateful to myself that I am initiating these interviews, because by initiating these interviews, I can have very cool experiences,
Yeah. And you're doing a really important thing for the psychodrama field. I think you've probably put out more videos on psychodrama than on YouTube, at least, more than anyone else. Maybe you and Sergio from Argentina, the two of you together, are really getting it out there, because the young people are looking on YouTube for videos.
Yes, they do. And I'm very happy that I came up with the idea of doing these demos, because demos is literally, well, where people can learn, again, online. Our favorite topic, learn online. Okay, so I just wanted to maybe do a little sharing from from the role. It was amazing both roles in Psychodrama Today, and because Psychodrama Today, right now I understand that Psychodrama Today has a lot of hope from the role, and hope and just trust that everything is going to be very good. And Psychodrama, future Psychodrama, it felt so powerful, so confident, powerful. Like I would say, like metaphorically, it felt like a mountain, heavy, stable, big, powerful, and like she knows that she has a very stable space in the field.
Yeah, that's exciting to hear. It's exciting watching that vignette, just kind of realizing that, I mean, both of us being young people in the field, we're really going to be able to witness and observe psychodrama as it emerges into the future.
Could you please say briefly about your practice, what you want the viewers to know about you?
I mean, my practice is pretty diverse. One of my most liberating realizations as a professional was that I didn't have to do the same thing every day. So I really have lots of different small roles. So I founded and direct an outpatient trauma treatment center called the Phoenix Center for Experiential Trauma Therapy, which has offices in Media in Westchester, Pennsylvania. I also oversee an inpatient trauma program at Miramont Treatment Center, which is an addictions treatment program. I'm an adjunct professor at Bryn Mawr College, the Graduate School of Social Work, where I teach a psychodrama class. And then I also do a little bit of research, a bit of writing, trainings, just a supervision, a little bit of everything. I really found that working with trauma all the time could be really exhausting and vicariously traumatizing. So having all these different roles allows me to stay spontaneous and not burn out, and really have excitement and spontaneity in every day. I guess one exciting thing just to put out there is that we just published a new psychodrama research study on the program at Miramont. There's not a whole lot of psychodrama research coming out of the United States right now, so it's really exciting to be able to put this out there. I think right now most of the psychodrama research is coming from Turkey, Italy, and I believe Israel. But this study we did was looking at psychodrama's effectiveness for treating post-traumatic stress disorder in inpatient addictions treatment. And although we didn't have a control group, we I compared the outcomes with another study on CBT, treating PTSD in an inpatient setting. And our outcomes were 2.5 times more effective than the CBT statistics I compared it to. So there's a lot of hope in the research we put out. There's also some limitations methodologically in terms of the research study. But I think it's a good start to hopefully many more research publications. I guess if you want to find my other publications, you could look on my Google Scholar page. It has them all right there. And then just to put a plug in for the Autobiography of a Genius, which was Moreno's autobiography that we published last year with Ed Schreiber and Sarah Kelly. Moreno died in 1974 before he could finish his autobiography, and it sat unpublished in Harvard's medical library for decades. And pieces of it were missing, and we really went on a scavenger hunt to try to find the missing pieces of it and organize it and put it out there. So with lots of help from many people, including Jonathan Moreno, Zerka gave her blessing on the project. Sergio from Argentina was really helpful, and Renee Marinel. We were able to finally publish Moreno's complete autobiography last year. And I guess in terms of publications, I would also say keep an eye out for my upcoming book on social work and psychodrama. As far as I know, it'll be the first book on the subject, and it's within the first international book series on psychodrama, which in your previous video, Johan was talking about the book series. Johan's the editor-in-chief of the series, and I'm the co-editor. So there's lots of new projects that are on the merge that are coming out.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So I'm just curious, so from all the roles which you mentioned, which is the role which you love most of all, at least at this moment?
Oh, at this moment, probably the writer role.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I used to hate writing. I really despised writing until I met Adam Blattner.
Okay, and he inspired you.
Yeah, he framed writing through Moreno's canon of creativity. And he said, if you think about writing in terms of the warm-up and in terms of tapping into spontaneity and creating something new, that you're adding to the cultural conserve, you're concretizing an idea that didn't exist before. That writing is amazingly exciting, and it's an act of creation. And after that conversation with Adam, my relationship to writing really changed, and I got excited about it.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. I think I will process, maybe I will ask you later additional questions about that.
Oh, that'll help you.
Yeah, specifically as a PhD student and English as a second language, I have a lot of struggles with that. Thank you so much for pointing that. All right, and just to summarize our conversation today, what would be your message for the viewers, and specifically I think it might be for young potential students and trainers?
I guess my message is especially to young people, we need you. We want you. We want you to join us in the psychodrama community. I promise it's the most fun you'll ever have in a professional community. And not to be afraid to offer your gifts, your strengths, your ideas, even as a young person. I think Moreno himself was a really good example of a young person who really contributed to the world. By the time he was in his early 30s, he had founded a religion, He had created an academic journal. He had published multiple pieces. He had created the idea of sociometry in the refugee camps, the theater. He wasn't afraid to put himself and his ideas out there, even as a young person. And there's no reason why any of us as young people should be afraid to put our ideas out there. Age is just a number. I mean, age is often connected and correlated to experience and wisdom. However, there's much that young people can offer to the field. So don't be afraid to contribute, is what I would say.
Thank you so much, Scott. That was wonderful, wonderful interview. And thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video. Namaste.
Thank you, Hannah.